Hi, good morning, and welcome to Live with Joy. I'm going to wait a few moments for everybody to come onto that post, and then we're going to go over what we're going to be doing today. You will see, and I'll repeat this in a few moments, that I do have a kettlebell and one dumbbell. So I did call the workout today Kettlebell Conditioning, but you can also use one dumbbell instead of that kettlebell, okay? So if you don't have a kettlebell, that's totally fine. Any of the exercises that we do today, you can do with one dumbbell. And again, I will repeat that in a few moments. You will also see that I have a mat on the floor, and we are going to be alternating between standing and grounded circuits today so that we can get different exercises in on our feet and also on the floor, where it is a good place to go in order to engage and condition that body as well. So for those of you just coming on, this is kettlebell conditioning. We are going to be using a kettlebell today, but you do not have to use a kettlebell. You can simply use one of your heavier dumbbells for any of the exercises that we're doing today, okay? And you'll decide what weight you want to use as far as that dumbbell goes, depending on the exercises that we're doing and how they feel for you. Also, if you do have a kettlebell, but the kettlebell is a little bit hard or difficult for you to move through whatever exercises we're doing, or you find it's too heavy or unmanageable for you, feel free to go to that one weight, okay? You can also do exercises without any weights and just get movement, okay? So make the workout what feels good for you and based on what you have in order to work with, okay? So once again, kettlebell if you have it. If not, one dumbbell, totally fine as well. And your mat. We are going to be alternating between those standing and grounded circuits, and we're going to have a few sets of everything today. Our first set, we're supersetting, which means we have 2 exercises per circuit, and we are going to do them 4 times, and we are going to alternate between 45 seconds and 30 seconds. So our first and third set will be 45 seconds. Our second and fourth set will be 30 seconds. So you'll have some of the exercises where you'll do it just a little bit longer, and some where you'll have it a little bit less time, okay? So that is the plan today. What we're gonna do first is just warm it up. So just make sure that your weights and everything are out of the way in the space that you're gonna use for your warm-up. Shoulders down the track back, engage that center, and march it out right and left. Standing up nice and tall. Eight more right here. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's heel across. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're ready for your workout today. It is going to be cardio and strength. You're going to get a little bit of both in. Core work, body weight work. So a lot of stuff happening today. Let's step touch and press. Basically, you got a full body workout to start your week here on this Monday morning. Reach across and tap it. Reach. Let's go. 8, 4, 3, 2. Reach it overhead. Up. 8, 4, 3, 2. Reach it back across. Reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hamstring curl. Pull it back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Knees to the front and pull. 8, 4, 3, 2. Back to the hamstrings. 8, 4, 3, 2. Reach it across and tap. 8, 4, 3, 2. Reach it overhead. Up. 4, 3, 2. Back across for 8, 4, 3, 2. Step, touch, and press. 4, 3, 2, heel across, push forward. 4, 3, 2, marching out. 4, 3, 2, roll those shoulders back, keep marching. 2 more, take those legs out wide and hold, hands on those thighs, and hinge forward with a flat back. Let's hold, and roll it up halfway, stretch that spine. Take that flat back down, roll it all the way up. Once you come up, roll the shoulders back, and watch me for one more exercise here to prepare those wrists for that kettlebell. And if you're not using kettlebell, still a good exercise for wrist mobility before we start that workout and manipulate those weights and that grip strength, okay? We're gonna get those wrists together as if you have a rubber band that's tying them together. Flare out the hands and the fingers. And then from here, you're gonna extend forward as you keep those wrists connected, roll those wrists, and come back up right here. And then I want you to switch and go the opposite direction, keeping those wrists connected the entire time, and those fingers out, okay? Nice and slow and controlled. Just get those wrist rotations right here as you turn through. And we're just gonna do a couple of these. So at your own pace, just rolling through those wrists. Just again, you wanna get that wrist mobility for the body weight work, the grabbing of those dumbbells or those kettlebells, any swinging that you might have to do with them, okay? Rotate, and let's just go one more time. And then get that other direction one more time, all the way, and release. All right, I'm gonna show you the first 2 exercises with the kettlebell, and I'll also show you what the dumbbell's gonna look like. Feet are gonna start together up nice and tall. We're gonna step out, whatever direction we step out, we have the weight in the opposite hand. So if it's in my left hand, I'm gonna step out right, reach for the right foot. As I step in, I'm gonna circle, and then I'm gonna hinge and reach for the opposite foot. Okay, I'm not bending, I'm keeping my legs straight, and I'm getting that nice reach as I come down. Then we're gonna hold on to the base of that kettlebell, separate those feet, and we're gonna squat it and press it, okay? So that's your first exercise with the dumbbell. You're just gonna hold it like this as you step out. So again, if it's in my right hand, I'll step left, circle around the back to pass, and same exact movement, just holding it a little different. Right here for that dumbbell, holding onto with both hands, just like that, okay? So with that kettlebell or with that dumbbell, we're gonna start with the feet together. I'm gonna start with in my left hand so I can step right in 3, 2, and go. Step reach, bring it in circle, step reach on the other side. You guys keep going. 45 seconds for our first set, okay, of both exercises. Then we drop to 30, we repeat 45 seconds, and then drop to 30 again. So you will do those exercises 4 times, but it's going to be 45 seconds for each, 30 seconds of each. So you're alternating that 45-second time and that 30-second time. Make sure you keep that back nice and straight as you come down. You can extend and lengthen that opposite arm, or keep it down, whatever feels comfortable to you. You got 10 more seconds on the clock right here. Good, feel that nice lengthening and stretching in the back of those legs. So you've got movement, you've got flexibility, you've got strength here with that kettlebell. Now we're gonna bring it around to the front, separate the feet. We have 10 seconds of transition time, so you've got plenty of time. Get those shoulders back and down, engage that center, feet are flat, squat it, and then press it with that dumbbell or with that kettlebell. So again, in the beginning, those 10 seconds might feel like they're a lot and you don't need them. But as you go deeper into the workout, you're going to appreciate those 10 seconds. You're going to need that little bit more transition time to just kind of get yourself in position as you're moving a little bit slower and you're getting that heart rate and intensity up a little bit more. All right, so 45 seconds here, and then we go back to that first move, but we break it down to 30 seconds for our set number 2. Good, get that last one in, drop it down, get your feet together. Open up your chest, engage your center. Remember, if it's in our left hand, We are stepping out to the right in 3, 2, and 1. Hinge forward and reach, circle, and exchange hands behind that back. With that kettlebell, or again, with that dumbbell, whichever one you prefer working with, or whichever one you have accessible to you. Good, get that last one in. I'm gonna even go to the other side, and then come center. Get that kettlebell with both hands. Separate my feet wide. Open up my chest and set my good posture. And now we're at 30 seconds for our second move on our second set. And then we'll take both of those moves back to 45 seconds. So a little more time going back on that clock. Good, getting that last one in, dropping it down, bringing those feet together. Setting up my good posture. Weight or kettlebell in the left hand means I'm gonna step out to the right in 2 and 1. Set number 3, we are back to 45 seconds. 15 seconds left. Continue to move through it at your own pace. Good, make sure when you come up, you're coming up nice and tall as you come through that center. Make sure you're not leaning forward and not coming up all the way, okay? Right here, get those legs out wide, toes slightly turned out. Weight, whatever weight, up in front of that chest. Open, strong, squat it, and press it. And there's different ways that you can hold the kettlebell. If you prefer, you can hold it here and press it up. I like to hold it on the base. I feel more comfortable right here. Just watch that handle. If you have a bigger handle, you might have to hold it this way, or again, kind of this way. So you'll see how you feel depending on the type of kettlebell you have. And of course, that dumbbell, you're just holding on each side of that dumbbell if you're using one dumbbell instead of that kettlebell. Good, last and final one. And we're dropping it down to our last and final set. Back to 30 seconds, feet together, open chest. I'm in the left hand, means I'm stepping out to the right as I hinge forward and go. Last and final set right here. And we are moving on. Good, coming up, separating those feet, getting that weight up in front of the chest, opening, engaging, feeling that strong, solid position, and go. Squat it and press it. Last and final set, guys, right there. Just coming in, say good morning, guys. How are you? Hope you're good. Again, hope you had a great weekend. Happy Monday to everybody. Squat it and press it. You're almost done. We get some water. You guys are gonna get your water in about 10 seconds. And make sure you're gonna have those mats. You already come to the floor, so you come to the floor whenever you're ready, and we'll preview your next 2 moves. And stop. I'm gonna reset that clock so we can go over our next 2 moves. And I'll show you with that kettlebell first, and then I'll show you with that dumbbell. So I'm gonna take that kettlebell out to the right side of my body, okay, but underneath my arm. Now you can stay here to grab and pull it, okay, or to make it stronger, right here, all the way up into that plank position. Now you're just gonna do the same thing with that weight. Grab it, and pull it to the outside of the opposite part of that body, okay? And then we're gonna come here on our knees. We're gonna sit down on our heels, and as we do, we're gonna extend out. When we come up, we're gonna twist to one side, okay? So it's gonna look like this. If you have a dumbbell, same exact thing. You might even want to do it with the dumbbell if your kettlebell is too heavy to make that extension as you come out and in. So you might want to have the option to use the dumbbell for that one. See how you feel, okay? So right here, you want that kettlebell or that dumbbell on the outside of your right side, underneath or behind your arm, right? So you're going to either stay here to grab and pull it to the other side, or you're going to come to those toes in 3, 2, and go. You're on the clock. So 45 seconds. If you're on the toes and any time you feel like you need to come down to the knees, just do that. You're just grabbing that handle of that kettlebell or the handle of that dumbbell, and you're picking it up and pulling it out to the opposite side of that body. All the while trying to hold a strong plank or a strong tabletop with your knees are down on that floor. You could also bring it here instead of a full tabletop. You're kind of in that push-up position on your knees. Good, get that last one in, and then we come up, grab your dumbbell or your kettlebell. We're in here now. As we come down, remember we're extending out, and then we come up, we twist to one side, come center, down and up, twist to the other side. Engage that center and breathe. 45 seconds for that first set. If you want to not do that down and up, you don't have to. You can stay here and just extend out from there and just do that twist. We're right here getting more lower body and core involved if you're coming down and up. Good, getting that last one in and taking it back down, setting your position in that tabletop or getting set to step into that strong plank, hold, grab and pull. Find your strength, especially in that core, to keep yourself in whatever position you are in here as you grab and pull that weight. Good, finish it up. Take it onto those knees. Set your position with that weight. Remember, as we come down and into our heels, we're also extending that weight out in front of us. Get set and go and twist. This is just your 30-second set, so this one is shorter than the first. Then we go back to your longer set. All right, getting set. All four staying on your tabletop. We're getting set to step it into that plank, keeping it super strong, grabbing and pulling. Make sure you're breathing as you stay in that strong position. Good, finish your last one. And right back here on those knees, a 45-second set, getting ready to sit down into those heels. At the same time, extending and lengthening out that weight in front of the body, whether it be that kettlebell or that dumbbell. Breathe through it, you're almost there. Last and final set is coming up right here. Getting set, going back to a 30-second and final set in your tabletop position or your strong plank position. Grab and pull that weight. Pick it up and take it to the opposite side of that body. Last and final set right here. Get yourself in position. Up nice and tall. Set it. Breathe. And go. Extend and lengthen as you come down. Rotating to it. And relax, guys. Come on up. We're going to be coming back to our feet. Make sure you get some water if you need it. All right. So once again, I'll show you one dumbbell after I show you the kettlebell move. Options here now. You can knee and pass. Okay, we've done this before with the dumbbell, also with the kettlebells. Or you can lunge and pass underneath that leg. Okay, same thing you'll do with the dumbbell. And then the second exercise, I'm going to come all the way down to this kneeling position, and I'm going to show you an option here. Okay, when I'm here, I'm going to take that kettlebell behind the head with a tricep extension. I'm going to keep my arms lifted, drive the knee up, and come back down right here. Okay, arms are going to stay extended as I lift and drive that knee up. Now, option, you don't have to come to your knee. Okay, so you would just start right here. Get that extension from here and drive the knee in. And with that kettlebell, same thing, knee pass, okay, lunge pass, or right here, same thing. If you're not coming down, right here. That's just the difference in how you hold it, okay? All right, grab that kettlebell. You're gonna have that knee pass or that lunge pass to start in 3, 2, and go. You're on the clock for 45 seconds. Let's do it. Right here. So remember, lunge and pass, you gotta get low enough to pass that kettlebell or that dumbbell underneath the legs. For that knee pass, you gotta get that knee high enough to come underneath that leg. Go from the inside of the leg to the outside. To pass from one hand to the other if you can. Good, up nice and tall. Good, get that last one in. And now we're either stepping that right foot back here, or we're coming all the way down to our knee, starting in this position right here, getting set for that tricep extension to start. Right here, arms stay extended, drive the knee up. Now remember, you don't have to come to the knee. You can just step that foot back. And we're going to do the right side 2 times. 45-second set, or 30-second set, and then we move on to the other side, okay? So remember, right here is fine without taking that knee all the way down. If you want something more challenging, you're going to be here. The biggest challenge is going to be through either of those moves, holding those arms up the entire time, just like that, right? So you might need a lighter dumbbell instead of a kettlebell for that move. All right, remember, knee pass or lunge pass. You might notice heart rate's coming up in this circuit. Okay, this is a little bit cardio-driven here. Let's go. Getting low enough to pass underneath that leg for that lunging pass, or get that knee up high enough to knee and pass instead of the lunge, okay? So pick which one you want to do. Remember, we're going to have that Right side working yet again in the 30-second set before we change to the left side of that movement in the leg. This one we're alternating, so it doesn't matter. Same thing every time. Good. Here's where we want to get that right foot back or that right knee down. From here, get set, lift it, and then we start with that tricep extension. Drive that knee up. 30-second set, so it is less time than the last one. Remember to have cushion for your knee if you're coming down. I've got my rug here, so I'm okay, but you might even need extra cushion with a pillow, folded towel, folded mat, or be on your mat. Good, nice and easy, come on down. And we're going back to that knee pass or that lunging pass. Get set and go. Right here, getting low enough to pass underneath for that lunge or high enough to get underneath that knee. Less than 10 seconds, and then we're going on that left side movement of that lower body. Upper body's still doing the same thing. Okay, so right here, we either step and start from here, or we come down to that knee and start from here. Get ready to lift, hold those arms up, in position, starting with that tricep extension behind the head. Hold it up, right here. If you can't hold it up, you can pull it down to the chest in between each one. But this is your challenge, so if you can manage to stay here, try to. Of course, you don't have to. And you can supplement that move with just a press if you want, like we did in the first one. If you can't come behind that head, you can just do the leg movement. If the arm movement is too much, hold that weight in front of your chest the entire time. So you've got options. And relax, one more set. This is going to be our 30-second set. Knee pass or that lunging pass. In 3, 2, and go. Let's do it. Again, with that lunge, getting low enough to pass underneath the leg from the inside to the outside. Or if you're doing that knee, get that knee high enough, pass underneath from the inside to the outside of that leg. 15 seconds left. Good. Left leg, once again, either stepping back starting from here or coming all the way down starting from here. Get ready. Get that weight in position. Bend and extend behind the head. Keep the arms up if you can. Drive the knee up. Come back to that step back or that knee all the way down to that floor if you want more of that challenge. Good, getting that last one in, and that weight is coming down. All right, get some water, and then when you're ready, start to come down to the floor, and I'm gonna show you your next 2 moves right here. Now, I'm gonna use this kettlebell. It's a little bit lighter for this move, okay? So you can see how these differ. One is a lot smaller in size, the other one's a lot bigger. And actually, this one has more weight, this one has less weight. So kettlebells can range a lot from kettlebell to kettlebell. So we're gonna come out here, one knee down, the other one is extended back. That kettlebell is gonna kind of come close to your body. And I'm gonna rotate to pull it up and bring it back to that floor, okay? Right in this position. And you can see how I rotate and then my thumb is in it, okay? Now, of course, if you're using that dumbbell, same thing. You're right here, you're gonna pull it up and take the weight back to the floor. Okay, you might find it's easier to do that, all right? Then I'm gonna use my stronger kettlebell for the next one. Or again, you can hold a dumbbell up here, same thing. Now my feet are staying on the floor. I am going to drive my knees in, put the feet back to the floor. I'm going to either take a crunch or a full sit-up, weight coming over that head, and then back to driving those knees in between those arms, okay? So one of each. And with the dumbbell, same thing, just holding that dumbbell up, okay? All right, let's do it. We're gonna start on our right side, 45 seconds, right side 30 seconds, even on the second set until we switch sides, okay? So we're gonna come here, get it close to that body, and get ready to rotate up and rotate it back to the floor in 2 and 1. Go, on that clock. Right side has the weight of the kettlebell, and it's lifting up and lowering back to that floor. And again, you might not like this movement with the kettlebell if you don't feel you can move through that wrist. So then make sure you're using that dumbbell. Or like I did, I went a little bit lighter on that kettlebell so I can control it. I went from 12 pounds, which is my other one. This one is 8 pounds. Okay, it's a little bit bulkier, but I can manage it better because it's lighter. 10 seconds. And last one. Good. We're going to come down onto that floor. You got 10 seconds to transition. This is where you're going to really want to have that time. Get in position, feet flat. Lift those arms up. Drive the knees underneath that weight. And then we'll lift all the way up. Or, again, just lifting those shoulders, but keeping those arms extended out the entire time. Even if you come to that full sit-up. You are keeping that weight lifted to the ceiling. It's over my head when I come up. It's over my chest when I come back down. Good, getting that last one in. And going back to the right side for 30 seconds. We're now doing our 30-second set. So I'm staying in my right side to rotate and pull and bring it back down. Using not just my core here, but my upper body strength, my back muscles. I'm working stability and strength in that side that's got to support me. And that core to keep me in this position solid and strong. Good, last one for that right side. We'll move to the left next time. So take yourself back into your next position, lowering down, feet flat. Getting ready, press it up. Driving those knees in first, in between the arms, get the feet back down, and lift it up, or just the shoulders if you can't come all the way. All right, we're going to that left side. So I'm going to switch right here so you can still see me extending out that left leg, keeping it close, and then rotate as I lift and lower back down. Good. You're using that pulling movement to bring that weight up. Whether it be that dumbbell or that kettlebell right here. Good, get that last one in, and going back to 45 seconds, alternating between those knees, and that sit up right here. So we're driving those knees in to the chest and through the arms, and then sitting all the way up, or just lifting those shoulders. 45 seconds. Do not come all the way up through that sit-up if you have weak muscles and can't do it. If you're struggling, you're working here to build strength first. All right? Here only if you have that strength to do so. Especially with that weight up, it's a lot harder to get yourself up without using any momentum in the arms. This forces you to use only your core and your ab strength and not the momentum of that move. A lot harder. All right, back to that left side. Right here. Extending that left leg and rotating into it. Back down to that floor in front of my body. 30 seconds only. Good, last one and last set right here. Lowering down, extending those arms up, and go. Drive those knees in, and sit it up. Good, finishing up that last one, and coming up. All right, we got 2 more circuits left, 1 standing, 1 grounded. We probably will go over 40 minutes today, so you guys who want to stay with me, stay with me. You guys that have to go ahead and go. Just make sure you stretch, cool yourself down beforehand, okay? All right, let me get some water, and we are going to go over our next and final standing circuit. All right, so I'm going to grab my kettlebell here, okay? We're going to go for those alternating dumbbell swings where I pass it from one hand to the other and swing it through my legs. All right, second move, we're going to turn out into this nice wide stance. And we're going to go into that plie squat with a curl as we drop down, okay? Now you can do both of those with that dumbbell. Right here, pass from one hand to the other, and then open up wide. And as we drop into that plie, we curl, okay? All right, grab your dumbbell or your kettlebell, alternating dumbbell or kettlebell swings in 3, 2, and go. You're on that clock. So right here, you want a wide stance, but not too wide. It's not a plie. It's just out wider than the shoulders, toes slightly turned out, and as you bring that dumbbell or that weight through the legs, you've got that nice little hinge forward, and you're bending slightly through the knees as you hinge. Okay, it's not necessarily a squat, it's more of like a deadlift as you hinge forward and bend. Good, make sure that kettlebell is swinging up. You don't have these limp wrists as you come up with those swings. You gotta keep it strong, okay? And then that's where you pass it to the other hand strong. If it's too much, you can always do a swing holding on with both, especially if you have a heavy one, okay? All right, with that kettlebell, get the legs out wide, toes turned out. And remember, as we drop into that plie, we're also curling. So we drop and we curl. Try to get low enough that you feel a nice stretch in those inner thighs if you can. Good. Nice and easy. Bring it in. Going to our 30-second set. alternating, or again, if you want to hold on with both hands, if you have that kettlebell and it's too heavy, just do those dumbbell swings with both. If you find you can taper off one to the other, then go ahead and alternate. But it's got to be strong. It's got to be good form. It's got to be good posture. It's got to be nice movement. Good. Grab with both hands. Turn those toes out, get them nice and wide. Get ready to drop into that plie and curl at the same time. Right here on that clock. Keep that chest lifted and open. That's what makes it a plie. We're not hinging forward for this, which is why we can do that curl, because we're staying upright. Good, turn those toes in a little bit. Again, both hands if you need to swing with, or we're gonna taper off, one to the other, alternating with that kettlebell or that dumbbell, right here. Start to get that movement, and then you can pick up that pace, you can pick up that range of motion as you start to move through it. And notice how I'm breathing. I'm exhaling. I'm making sure breath is happening here. Good, nice and easy right here. Turn those toes out, get wide. Get in position to drop and curl. Open up that chest. Get set and go. Drop it down and curl. Almost there, guys. We got one more 30-second set of each to go. We drop it to the floor and we finish our final circuit on the ground, okay? So we're so close, guys. If you can hang in there with me, try to do so, okay? Good, come on up. Turn those toes in a little bit. Again, holding on to both hands if you need. One, if you can, to alternate that swing. Get set and go. And again. Start slow, and then build that speed, build that range of motion, build that power through the movement. And right here, turn those toes out. Open those shoulders. Open that chest. Shoulders down in position. Get set. Drop into that plie and curl. Good, get that last one in. Catch your breath, get some water, come down to that floor. I'm gonna show you your final circuit right here. All right, and I'll show you with that kettlebell first. All right, kettlebell, I'm gonna start on the right hand. Now I'm gonna stay on my knees because we're doing push-ups. You can be on your toes if you are still on push-up. But see how I've got one hand in the handle of that kettlebell, or it's gonna be in the handle of that dumbbell. You're gonna get a push-up in, and as you come up, tap your shoulder with the hand that is not holding on to that dumbbell or kettlebell. So the right hand will stay solid the entire time, okay? If you want to eliminate the push-ups, guys, you can also just work on shoulder taps. That might be hard enough to do when you're unbalanced holding onto that dumbbell or kettlebell. If you're using a dumbbell, use your biggest one so that your hand isn't rubbing onto the floor. If it's got a bigger base on both sides, it's going to be raised up from the floor and you can hold it like it's a handle on the floor. And then same idea, get that push-up in and then tap that shoulder or simply tap that shoulder, okay? That's going to make this arm have to stabilize even more on that unsteady surface, okay? If it's too much, just get rid of it. Do it without, okay? And then our final exercise is going to be right here. I'm going to extend that kettlebell with one leg. I'm going to extend the same leg. And from here, I'm going to try to rise up and then lower down. Now again, if you can't come all the way up, you're just lifting that one shoulder and you're putting it back down. That one shoulder and you're going back down. Right here, if you can. Now, same thing with that dumbbell, and you might find easier with that dumbbell. So feel free to do that, lifting either just that shoulder so the other one stays on that ground, or all the way up. That arm stays extended the entire time. And of course, you can do it without any weight at all, okay? So let's get that kettlebell or that dumbbell in position to hold on with the right side. Push up, shoulder tap, just the shoulder tap, just the push-ups if you want to. Pick one of those moves. Get set in 2 and 1. You're on that clock, guys, right here. So that push-up into that shoulder tap. And you'll notice that as you tap your shoulder, or even do that push-up, your arm is on this unsteady surface that wants to move. So that base is going to make it harder. That right arm's got to work to keep it in position and stable, which makes this a lot harder than doing it on that flat ground. Keep that wrist strong. Make sure it's not flopping, okay? Especially if you're using that kettlebell. And if you find the kettlebell to be too much, remember, you got the option to use that dumbbell. It's not easy, and you've got to be strong in the wrist for that move. All right, right here. Lift just that shoulder up, or we are trying to lift all the way up. If you struggle with it, then just lift the shoulder, okay? That alone is going to be hard enough to engage those abs and keep that arm lifted as you do it. Sometimes it takes a few to get. And sometimes you just gotta stay right here, lift it, engage it, and then lower down. And that arm, yeah, it's gonna get tired. If the kettlebell is too much, you find it's too much leaning on the wrist, you just go to that dumbbell. Okay, you're gonna get the same thing, same thing. Now remember, we're staying on the same side, the right side for that push-up and that shoulder tap. So the hand is staying in the kettlebell or the dumbbell with that right hand for 30 seconds. Your 30-second set right here. And come on up. You're staying in that right hand for 30 seconds. Right here for that shoulder lift or that sitting all the way up. So right here, that arm should be burning right now. Lift the shoulder. If you need to get rid of it, go ahead. Lift all the way up if you can manage it. And you'll see I got that opposite knee bent. That just helps me come up. And release. All right, left side. We got that push up and that shoulder tap. It's our 45-second set. Probably feeling somewhat burnt out by now. Hang in there. See if that side can manage it, and if not, Push that kettlebell or dumbbell out of the way. Pick one of those moves. Whatever you need to do to keep it going at a pace and at a way in which you can manage it. It's going in that left hand, guys. That kettlebell or that dumbbell. That means the left leg is going to be the one that's extended. Left arm extended, and again, just lifting the shoulders, not coming all the way up. Engaging, feeling that strength, and coming up, or if you can, all the way up with that extended arm. And release. All right, let's do this. 30-second set, guys, and you're all done. I know we're a little bit longer today because I wanted to finish up, because I wanted to give you those 10-second rest times. I could have made it 5 seconds, and we wouldn't have been on time. But I wanted you to get those 10 seconds to really make sure you get in position and you do what you need to do with your body to keep it safe and effective. Make those decisions on what you need to do. Do I need to get rid of that weight and continue here? Do I need to do just the shoulder taps? Do I need to do just the push-ups? Make a choice even when you're in it. If you start to fatigue and tire out. All right, let's go. Left hand, last and final set. That means your left leg is extended with that kettlebell or with that dumbbell. Extend up and just lift that shoulder, or you can come all the way up only if you can manage that move, right? And keep that arm up. And done. Take that kettlebell or dumbbell out of the way. Let's use that mat to stretch lower down. You're all done. Thank you for staying with me a couple extra minutes for those of you who did. Let's now get that much needed stretch in. Take that left foot off the floor, extend and lengthen that leg up, and rotate the ankle. Good work today, guys. Other direction, whether you use the dumbbell or you use the kettlebell, you still conditioned your body today. Hold it, flex and point. Full body at that, everything. Strength of the upper, lower body. Cardio work in there, flex it, pull it. That core work that you can see, that body weight work, that just works everything in that body. Lift and reach. All of it incorporated today on this Monday morning, working hard and starting that week activated. Take that right ankle onto that left leg and plug it in. And release, hug both knees in. Lower that right foot on the floor, extend and lengthen that left leg up, pull it in, and rotate the ankle. And then take it to the other direction. Center, flex and point. Flex and hold, pull it in. Lift and reach for those toes. Take that left ankle onto that right leg and hug it in. And release, hug both knees in. Let's roll ourselves up, come to our feet. Allow our hands to come onto the floor. Lengthen up and roll to come to standing. Or once again, if you feel comfortable coming up another way, please do so. Start to roll those shoulders back and down. Right here. Good. Separate those feet. Take the hands on those thighs. Reach forward, flat back and hold. Roll it up. hold, flatten down, and roll all the way up. Allow that head to come up last. Once you come up, roll those shoulders back. Let's inhale up, exhale, lower that left arm, lift and reach. Feel that stretch on the right side. And then bring it up and across that chest, pressing it in. And releasing, up and back. Inhale, exhale, down the right, lift and lengthen. And release, take your arm across the chest and press it in. Same arm up and back, reach down the back, press back. Lengthen up and release, interlock behind the back, open up the chest, squeeze and retract the shoulder blades back. So you got to spend a little more time with me this morning. Release, take a deep breath in, I hope you enjoyed it. Exhale, one more time in. Exhale, and you guys are all done. Thank you for joining me. Throughout the week, we will be focusing on different areas of the body today. We just started out exploding out with that full body, and now I'll start to break it down, and we'll do a little bit at a time, okay, throughout the week. So join me for the rest of the week to break up those body parts and really focus on individual areas of the body. Thank you for joining me today, where we focused on entire full body movement. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, save it, share it, come back to this page, click on videos, and you will have it anytime that you want. And join me for the rest of the week. If you're gonna come Wednesday, we will be in person, outdoors, weather permitting. Sign up and register at the MIYJCC.org and start to get onto that schedule if you want to start to do it in person. We are starting to dabble with bringing it indoors as weather gets poor for anybody that wants to join there as well, wearing their masks, of course. So just look out for all of those things, and if it's something that you want to explore and try, you will get the notifications only if you register for that class, so make sure you do, okay? Thank you for joining me this morning. You guys have a great and wonderful rest of your week. If I don't see you, but I hope I see you tomorrow or for some of those classes throughout the week. Bye-bye.